Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today the Houston Rockets have announced their full Summer League roster for the 2023 Las Vegas 2K24 Summer League. I'm excited for the Summer League as the Rockets open up their first game on Friday against the Portland Trailblazers and Scoot Henderson. I'm really excited for this Summer League to open up. And let's get into it. We're gonna go over the roster for the Summer League as the roster was just announced. And before I go over, who's gonna be in the roster, let's talk about the head coach for the Summer League. Our head coach for the Summer League is, and I love this, Ben Sullivan. He's a guy who is definitely, if not one of our top assistants, as the Rockets just today, this morning, announced their 23-24 coaching staff. And I'm really excited for Ben Sullivan. We've known about Ben Sullivan for a while. This is nothing new, but seeing his name today on that coaching staff, and now seeing him again on the Summer League head coach, I'm really excited for Ben Sullivan this year as a Rockets assistant. He's a guy, and not surprised at all that he is the Summer League head coach. He's a guy who helps players with their 3-point shots. He's really good at helping. He's a really good 3-point shooting coach. And there's a particular player on the Summer League roster that I think might need some help with their 3-point shooting, and that is the Rockets' 4th overall pick, Amen Thompson. So not only is he your top assistant, but at the same time, he can help a couple of these players on the Summer League roster with their 3-point shots. But besides that, let's get into the roster. So you have Amen Thompson, of course, the 4th overall pick. Really excited to see him, as well as the 20th overall pick, Cam Whitmore. How about some first-round picks from last year? Jabari Smith Jr. is playing in the Summer League as well, and so is the other first-round pick from us last year, not Ty Washington. What am I thinking? He just got traded. Tari Eason. So you got Tari and Bari playing in the Summer League again for their second seasons, and then those are really the only players we've drafted that are on the Summer League team. But then you also have your two-way contracts on the roster with Darius Days and Trevor Hudgens. Both guys played really good for the Vipers last season, the Rockets' G League efficient team, and Hudgens averaged 19 points almost 20 points per game for the Vipers. I'm not sure about Darius Days' stats, but he was pretty good for the Vipers as well. And both did pretty solid when they played for the Rockets this season. Darius Days averaged 4 points in 6 games, and I think Trevor Hudgens played 6 games and averaged like 2 points per game. But both are really good. I think they should be good additions to the roster. And then they add in Jay Huff, a guy who is played for the Wizards and the Lakers. This season had a decent season with the Lakers this year with the Wizards, as he was on the Wizards roster, and had a really solid season with them. Limited time. I think he played 13 games and averaged 7 points. But man, did this guy have an amazing season in the G League. He's a 7-1 center I don't know what he averaged, but he's a 7-1 center who won Defensive Player of the Year in the G League last year. So he's a great defensive player. He's a great shot blocker. He's 7-1. This is a sneaky guy on the roster, other than guys like Amen Thompson, Darius Days, Cam Whitmore, Jabari Smith Jr., Trevor Hudgens, Tari Eason, that could have a chance to potentially make the roster for the Houston Rockets. I don't really see any other. You got Trevor Hudgens and Darius Days already on the roster on your 2-way contracts. But Jay Huff, a guy who is a great defensive player. Ime Udoka loves defense. He's a center. The Rockets only have 2 centers on the roster. I could see Jay Huff, if he plays well for this team, I could definitely see him potentially having a shot to make this team. So you have Jay Huff and Hudgens and Eason and Smith, Whitmore, Days, and Thompson. Then some of the other guys that some people might not know. I don't really know them either, to be honest. We have Fletcher McGee, Chris Brandon, Jalen LeCue, Jermaine Samuels Jr., Jonathan Dunn. I think that H is silent. Justin Johnson, Matthew Mayer, a forward, Miles Powell, guard, Nate Hinton. I didn't hear about him because that was announced that we signed him to a summer league deal. The guard / forward. That's Tajon Roddy, a guard, Tyree Mitchell, a forward, and then obviously Jay Huff as well, because that was in number order. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see how this summer league team does. I mean, it should be really interesting. This team has a good squad. I'm not sure if they're the best in the summer league, just because of the fact, I mean, the Thunder, they have a stacked squad. They have, oh my God, the Thunder's summer league team, they have Trey Mann, they have Chet Holmgren, they have both Jalen Williams, they have Asomi Dang, who was one of their first round picks from last year. They have Jermaine Robinson Earl, a guy who was like a second or first round pick for them in like 21, who also is a really solid player off the bench. And they could maybe get Kassan Wallace at some point in the summer league, who was their 10th overall selection in this year's draft. I love this Rockets team in the summer league with Jabari, Amen, Cam, and Tarian is one of the best squads. And even having guys like Darius Days, Trevor Hudgens, and Jay Huff. But that Thunder team is pretty scary in the summer league. I mean, that roster, they wouldn't be pretty good in the NBA, but the roster of the Thunder Summer League could be an NBA roster. You have Chet Holmgren. You have both Jalen Williams. I mean, you have Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren are two potentially future stars right there. And then you have the other Jalen Williams. You have, who else? Trey Mann, who's got some great talent, entering his, second or third year? I think it's third year. And they just got a really good summer league team. Could get Kassan Wallace back. I think the Thunder have to be the favorites to win the summer league championship if they stay healthy throughout, because they got a good team. But I think the two favorites have to be the Rockets and the Thunder. But there's always a sneaky team in the summer league that you don't expect to do good, and then they just completely just tear the summer league apart. But I'm excited for the summer league. You guys have more thoughts. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out. Go Rockets.